I feel like I'm not the only person who searches for a reset button sometimes. You know, life gets a little crazy, we go through heartbreak, disappointment, things pile on, and we sort of lose sight of the now. For me, nature always brings me back to reality. I don't know if it's the green, I mean it is my favorite color, or the air, you know, that fresh smell of ocean and trees and flowers. For this particular reset, I found myself lost in Scotland. I would confidently say that it's the most beautiful place I've ever traveled, and the culture to me is just so nostalgic because growing up, my best friend, she actually Highland danced and her family was Scottish, so the sound of bagpipes just makes me so happy. I actually got kind of lucky while I was there, and two of the towns I was in, for like literally just out of irony, they were hosting their annual Highland Games. For Skye in particular, this was their 147th Games, and the couple sitting next to me actually had traveled from Australia specifically for this event, and I was here just like, oh, look at these games, this is fun. I guess sometimes life just kind of happens that way. I did so many hikes when I was there, rain or shine. I swear I'm the only person on earth that travels to Scotland and gets a sunburn. You can just call me Casper, I guess. I would kind of forget I was there alone, to be honest, until people were, you know, concerned why a 15-year-old was crawling up the cliffside like a billy goat with no parental supervision. I had to, you know, prove at many occasions that I was indeed 27, but, you know, thank you, genetics. And oh my goodness, the driving is hilarious to me. Once upon a time, they held a meeting for road designs in the Highlands. They started by drawing out a line to make out the path the road would take. Then the engineers had, we'll say, 8 shots of Scotch whiskey, and then drew the other line of the road marking the width of it. And then, you know, they immediately handed the plans to the road guys. They built the road. Once everyone was sober, they decided, oh, this will just be a fun game of chicken. And yeah, that's the end of my story. Seriously though, this was an amazing trip, and with only one flat tire that set me back 3 hours on one day, I can say everything went pretty flawlessly, and I would highly recommend traveling here.